Hello, is this Shelly? I'm just getting in touch to let you know that you need to divorce Barry as soon as possible. It's as simple as that. Just cut him loose.
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you do, and I'm here to tell you that you two just aren't a good fit. I'm the one who should be with him. It's obvious. He and I are meant to be together, and I'm letting you know so you can do the right thing and get out of our way.
Excuse me, but who are you anyway? I don't appreciate pranks. I have no idea who you are, and suddenly you show up out of the blue telling me that Barry and I aren't right for each other, and I need to leave him?
I'm Barry's girlfriend. That's who. It's long past time you know who I am. My name is Tracy, and I'm a student at UC Irvine.
Come again? I'm still a bit confused. You say you're dating my husband, and on top of that, you're a college student? I need to wrap my head around this. This is a lot to process.
Yeah, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, Mrs. Fox, and I know this must come as a bit of a shock. But there's no denying the fact that Barry and I are meant for each other. He and I both know it, and now you do too.
Wow. I don't know what to say to all of this.
You know, Barry's telling me that he wants to be with me, and he can't wait for the day when we can be together. He just told me that again last night, so please, just sign the divorce papers for him and set him free.
Okay, before this conversation goes any further, I need to ask you a few things. First, are you like an adult student or something, taking night classes after work or something like that?
An adult student? What is that? I'm just like a regular college student at UCI. I turned 22 this year, and I'm in my senior year, and I'm planning to be Barry's wife, so I'm not like job hunting at the moment or anything.
Wow, okay. I have even more questions now. You claim that you're dating my husband, right? Which means that you must be aware of his age, correct?
Yep, I know exactly how old he is. And how old you are, too. He's exactly 20 years older than me. I feel like that's some kind of sign.
22 and 42 is like the age difference between parents and their kids, you know. And you're okay with that and want to be with him?
Yep, age is just a number. The age difference means nothing to us. We're deeply and madly in love. And what's more, I love him more with more passion and heat than an old lady like you ever could.
Did you just call me an old lady?
Don't worry. I understand why you'd hold it against me. I totally get it. After all, it's no fun having your husband leave you for someone else. It's gotta hurt. And I get it. I'm young and beautiful and look fantastic in a bikini as well. And, well, I've seen photos of you, so if I were in your place, I'd be upset and frustrated too. Totally natural.
Oh, you get it, do you? You understand my position, do you?
But it's all good. This can work out great for all of us. I mean, he's going to go with me for sure, but there are plenty of guys out there who like, mature women like you. There are plenty of fish in the sea. That's what my old boyfriend told me. So there's definitely a guy for you out there. A guy who doesn't mind a few wrinkles and some cellulite. I hope you find that guy and live a long, happy life with him. Or maybe not long anymore, but at least as long as you have left.
Okay. Tina, is it? I see what this is and what you're up to, Tina. It's pretty obvious you're trying to goad me into an argument.
No, not at all. I don't want to argue with you, ma'am. All I'm doing here is trying to encourage you because if I were you, that's what I'd need.
Encourage me? How is any of this encouragement?
I mean, you're living off his salary, right? That's what he told me. And once you two are divorced, it's probably going to be kind of rough for you for a while. Financially, I mean. So I just want to encourage you because I know you'll be just fine in the end. You can do it, ma'am.
Huh?
I don't think... So anyway, please get the divorce done as soon as possible for us, okay? I know you're probably looking for reasons not to do it, but you just have to be strong. Because Barry and me are never breaking up. We're soulmates, star-crossed lovers.
Barry, I just talked to someone named Tina. What on earth have you been up to? Are you actually cheating on me? How long has this been going on? And with a girl 20 years younger than you, no less? What are you even thinking?
I don't care what you think about it, Shelley. You couldn't possibly understand what I have with Tina. Age doesn't even factor into it. It's nothing but a number. She's the love of my life, and there's nobody for me but her. We're destined to be together.
Are you actually serious about this? You're actually thinking you're going to divorce me and marry her? The 20-year-old?
Yeah, I am. It's just meant to be. You can't fight fate, you know? The truth is, I need a woman in my life, Shelley. That's just how I'm built. So yeah, I'm gonna divorce you and marry her right away. No wasted time.
I see. You're really that serious about her, huh? You and I have been together for 10 years, and now you'd rather be with a college girl than me?
Yeah, I'm sorry it has to be this way, Shell. I never wanted to hurt you. And I know that there's nothing I can say or do to change the fact that I cheated on you. So I accept the reality and I'll take responsibility for it and for whatever happens. I'll accept whatever divorce settlement you want and give you whatever money you want.
Well, thank you. You really love that girl this much, huh?
Yes, I really do. Really, really do. And I know it might hurt you more to hear this, but I've never felt about anyone the way I feel about Tina.
Wow. Okay then. I guess your divorce request is noted and I'll sign the papers, but just give me a little bit of time on that, okay? This is all so sudden, and there are a couple things that I need to get in order.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much, and again, I'm sorry. In that case, I'm gonna stay at her place starting tonight. Let me know when you've signed the papers. They're already in the mail, so they should be here any day now.
Mrs. Fox, why haven't you signed those divorce papers yet? Barry's with me now, and we're both getting tired of waiting on you. Please just admit defeat and grant him the divorce. Stalling isn't going to change anything.
Don't worry, Tina. Have a little patience with the process. It's all moving forward. I agreed to divorce him, and I'm just getting the paperwork signed and ready to submit.
Really? That's great! So you're finally going to set him free?
Yes, I am. After it's official, you two are free to do whatever you want, and I won't stop you. But first, I want to reconfirm an important point with you, Tina. You really do love him, right? And you want to spend the rest of your life with him? I ask because I care about him. He's 20 years your senior and could be your father. You'll marry him, and before you know it, he'll be in retirement age, and you'll still be a young woman.
Age is just a number. Barry and I are truly and deeply in love. If he retires, we can spend that much more time together. If he gets sick, I'll take care of him.
Wow, you really are that serious. I see.
I bet you're really worried about getting along without his income, huh? I just want to let you know all these ridiculous questions aren't working.
Excuse me?
I mean, I get it, Mrs. Fox. I get how you must be feeling. It must be like having the rug pulled out from under you. I mean, thanks to Barry, you've been living a nice lifestyle in that luxury condo for a long time now. But that place is going to belong to me and Barry soon. That's just how the cookie crumbles, right? Actually, it'll belong to me, Barry, and the little one who's going to be arriving in a few months.
Oh my, you don't waste time, do you? You managed to get yourself knocked up already, too?
Yep, isn't it great? We actually just found out this morning. Congratulate me! Barry's the father, of course. I told him right away, and he cried tears of joy about it. Isn't that sweet?
Is that a fact? How nice.
Yeah, he told me all about this stuff with you and having kids and such. You know that he always wanted to have kids, but that you selfishly didn't want to, so you guys never had any.
Yeah, that's right. For the most part. I mean, you obviously added your own feelings into that. Anyway, my own parents were pretty toxic, and I didn't have a good childhood because of that, and I felt like I might end up being like them, so I didn't want children. But Barry understood and accepted all that about me, or at least he said he did.
He was just being kind to you, Mrs. Fox. He's kind like that. I think that's obvious considering how happy he was when I told him the news. He said he can't wait to meet our baby and he's counting the days until it comes.
Well, I guess that settles it then. This divorce really isn't everyone's best interests, I guess.
Yes, that's what I've been trying to tell you all along. Meeting me is the best thing that ever happened to Barry. I know it and he knows it. I can't wait to start buying baby clothes and figuring out how to decorate the nursery. That's gonna be so much fun. Barry's sole focus in life now is me and this baby. Nothing else matters. You're really not in the picture anymore, and you should just move on, Mrs. Fox. It's just prolonging the agony if you waste time. I'm sorry you came out on the losing side of this, but you need to start getting your things together so you can move out of there as soon as possible.
Move out? No, that won't be happening. You see, I own this place, Tina. Did you think otherwise?
What?
The divorce papers are signed, sealed, and delivered. I always keep my promises. Everything is in order, so there should be no issues getting them accepted and processed. But I have no desire or plans to move out of this condominium. It belongs to me. I mean, have you ever heard of the dumped woman giving up her home to the cheating husband and his lover? No, I think not.
Wait a minute. It belongs to you? You mean only you? What are you saying? I'm really not following. I mean, Barry bought that condo for you to live in together, right?
No, it's mine and it always will be, and I earned it, believe me. As I said, this place belongs to me. I won't be moving out of here anytime soon. Nope. You see, after decades of conflict and trouble, my toxic parents eventually divorced. I know, shocking, right? I remember them both saying how sorry they were for not giving me a better childhood. It was a sincere apology, but a bit late to be honest. Anyway, they gave me this place when they moved out. I don't know where either of them are now, but they know where to find me.
And that's the condo that you and Barry have been living in all these years? The same condo?
Yes, exactly. They were lousy parents, but they kept up appearances, if you know what I mean. They both had good jobs at big companies and made good money. This condo isn't new anymore, but it's aged well. Mom and Dad had good taste, despite all their other faults.
Wow, that's a sad story. So that condo is in your name and not Barry's?
Correct. It is mine and only mine. Did he tell you otherwise? I mean, if you have your heart set on living here, I could sell it to you. But I doubt Barry could make the purchase. Getting a mortgage for this place on his salary would be pretty impossible, I think.
What? Really? Why do you say that?
Well, for starters, property values have just kept going up and up, you know. Even though it's a little older, this place still is worth at least, let me check. I'd say at least $800,000. If it were brand new, maybe twice that price.
1.6 million? Wow.
Yeah, and Barry's salary is average, to say the least. Yeah, I'd say that him getting a loan for that amount is completely out of the question. An impossibility.
Hang on a second. What was that you said? What did you mean about his salary being average? What's average? He must be making at least around $90,000 a year, right? I mean, he's been making enough to take care of you, right? He said he was paying all your living expenses. I mean, for the both of you.
I think you misunderstood something somewhere, Tina. Barry and I both work, and were a two-income household. I'm not a housewife. He may pay for our living expenses, but I pay for a whole lot of other stuff, like the maintenance fees for this condo and other miscellaneous expenses.
Oh my God. Really? I had no idea.
Yeah, so I'd say Barry makes around, let me think, probably around $50,000 a year, I guess. And I make a bit more than that, probably.
What? That is all? That can't be right.
So anyway, I'll have Barry's stuff all packed up and ready to go. He can come get it whenever he wants, but soon, please. I'm wishing you both of the best. Bye-bye.
Wait a minute. Maybe we shouldn't be so hasty about this whole divorce thing after all. You have to call your lawyer and tell them to hold off on those documents. I mean, please?
What? Hold off? Why?
All this about him only making $50,000 and not owning that condo? That can't be true, right? I mean, it's not what I was led to believe. Not at all. None of that is how it's supposed to be. None of this is according to plan.
Plan? What plan? I don't know about any of that, but I assure you the divorce is going through as we speak. It's too late to change it or cancel it, so please let Barry know I've done what he asked. As I said, wishing you both all the best, and your baby too, of course. Take care.
Hey, Tina told me you signed the papers and put them through like we asked. Thanks for that. We were able to go get our marriage license with no problem.
Well, congratulations then. But did it all work out okay? She seemed pretty shocked when I told her about your salary and the condo ownership situation. She was misunderstanding a few important things.
What's that all about? I think you might have been the one misunderstanding. She doesn't care about any of that stuff. She never has. She loves me for me, and that's why I love her. We're soulmates, like I said. Anyway, thanks again. Just put my stuff out in the hallway, and I'll come by for it soon. I'll slide my key under the door before I leave. Take care, Shelley, and find yourself a new man soon. I know there's a guy out there for you.
This is a nightmare. How could that lying old fart do this to me? He went and got our marriage license without even taking me or getting my permission. I can't believe it.
Whoa, Tina, slow down and calm down. You really shouldn't be calling your new husband an old fart. That's just not how a husband and wife should be talking about each other. How would you like it if he called you a dumb ditz?
Don't call him my husband. He's not my husband. He's not the guy I wanted to marry. Not at all. He tricked me into marrying him.
What's that supposed to mean? How did he trick you?
I mean, he bragged about living in this great condo, but it actually belongs to you. And he's been spending money on me like he's rich or something, but the truth is that he only makes $50,000 a year. This is a disaster. This is not how my life is supposed to be. This is not happening.
Okay, Tina. Let's take a beat and calm down a little.
I mean, I pulled out all the stops, and I put on my innocent act for him all this time because I thought he had some money. But he was the one who was pretending. I'll never forgive him for this. Never. That old fart has just ruined my life. Ruined, do you hear? He's gonna pay for this, I promise you.
Whatever happened to your shared destiny and being soulmates? It's pretty harsh to say your life's been ruined by your soulmate, don't you think?
Soulmate? Blah! There are no soulmates in this story, not as far as I'm concerned anyway. Look, I seduced the guy because he looked and acted like he has money. Why else would a hot young girl like me go for a wrinkled old fart like him? I mean, come on!
Wow. Don't look now, Shelley, but I think I just saw your mask slip a little.
I mean, I was stranded in the rain one day and he gave me a lift home. He was driving a pretty nice car. He seemed so young for his age, well-dressed and well-groomed and in shape. Then I invited him to lunch to say thank you for the ride, and he showed up looking great. We had great food and great conversation, and it was clear that he was into me. And he told me that he lived in a nice condo in this neighborhood and everything. I was sure that he must have had money. That's why I got involved with him and why I even made sure I got pregnant. And now I found out he's just an old fart with nothing to his name but some clothes and furniture. It's too late to get rid of the baby now, and I can't job hunt when I'm pregnant. What am I going to do? This is a nightmare.
Wow. It really does seem like destiny now that I hear the whole story. I've been wondering where and how he managed to meet you. Now it all makes sense. It was destiny.
Destiny? No. There's no destiny in this story. None. Ugh, This is all making me nauseous. The only destiny I want is one with a rich old fart, not a poor one like him.
Wow, you really don't mince words, do you?
And yet, here I am, stuck with your extremely sloppy seconds. Barry's nothing but a worthless old fart. Worthless and penniless. He has no money, he has no condo, he has nothing. This man cannot be my husband. He cannot. No, no, no.
So yeah, you gotta forgive me for interrupting, but I'm going to leave you to rant on your own now because this whole mess has absolutely nothing to do with me anymore.
What? Of course it does. It's your husband who got me into this mess, and that's why I'm ranting to you. Don't you feel even a little sympathy for me?
Not even a little. And why would I? Look, I did what you both asked of me. The divorce is done and dusted because you asked me to do it, so you're welcome. But I have no obligation and no desire to listen to you whining about the situation you created. If you really feel you have to whine to me about this, I'll listen. For $50 an hour.
Excuse me? What are you trying to do now? Make money off this mess?
If you can't afford that, we'll have to say goodbye now. My time is valuable and I've given too much of it to this mess already, so goodbye. I'm wishing you, Barry, and the baby all the best.
Shelly, you gotta help me. I need you now more than ever. I'm begging you, please. Please, hear me out just this once. I'm living a nightmare. Please, help me out of this mess.
Barry, is that you? Wow, long time no talk. What's going on? Why the sudden urgency?
Shelly, you there? Thank goodness you didn't change your number. It's so good to be back in touch. It must mean you've been waiting for me to get in touch, right? Is that why you kept your old number? In case I wanted to get back together?
Huh? No, I kept the same number because it's a pain in the neck to change numbers.
Listen, Shelly, I'm divorcing Tina. I can't go on like this with her. It's gonna be the death of me. So let's start over, Shelly. You and me. Let me make it all up to you and let's start over. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. I realize now that I was wrong, so wrong, to leave you. You gotta help me get out of this mess, please.
Hold on, calm down and tell me what's going on with you. This sounds serious, though. I haven't heard a thing from you since the divorce, so you need to bring me up to date. I thought you were living happily ever after with your hot, pregnant young wife. What happened to living the good life with your soulmate?
There's no happily ever after here. There's nothing but this never-ending nightmare, day in and day out. All day, every day, all I hear is complaints about how I don't make enough money. And then she takes it all from me every time I get a paycheck. And then she gives me my monthly allowance, $100. She says if it's not enough, I should get a second job. A second job? There's no happily ever after here. I tell you, it's a nightmare. A horror movie.
Wow. Exaggerate much, Barry?
No, seriously, there's no way I can handle a second job at night. I just don't have that kind of stamina anymore. She says if I won't do that, I have to take care of the kid at night while she's out. So I'm working all day and taking care of the kid all night. And then, if she catches me napping or watching TV, she tells me to clean the house. I'm at my limit, Shelly. My absolute limit.
So what's she doing during all this? What's she doing at night? Working?
She's taking care of the baby during the day, for sure. At night, I don't know. But the housework is entirely my job now. All of it. If I complain about it even a little, she starts throwing things at me. She even threw a knife at me last week. I don't know what happened to her, but this is not the Tina that I knew and fell in love with.
Let's rewind a little. She got like this as soon as she found out you don't have any money, didn't she?
Oh, please, Shelly. No, I told you so's, please. You gotta help me. I mean, I think about our marriage, the time we spent together and lived together, and it seems like a dream. We were great together, weren't we? Both of us working so hard, giving each other support and encouragement. Those were the good times, babe.
Oh, don't even. And yeah, there were good times, but clearly they weren't good enough to keep you around. Anyway, you got yourself a young, beautiful wife and a baby just like you wanted. Why aren't you happy? Take that baby home and let your folks dote on their lovely grandkid for goodness sake. If you do that, they might even help you out with some of the childcare that she's making you do. That would help, wouldn't it?
I can't do that. My folks were totally against the marriage from the start. I never told you about that part of the whole story before. I brought her back home to introduce her right after we got the marriage license. I was so looking forward to the introductions. And then my dad actually asked me what street corner I found her on, and she was standing right there when he said it. They said I should be ashamed of myself and told us not to come back, not even after the baby is born. I can't believe they don't even want to see their own grandchild.
Wow, that's really rough.
Look, if I go back to you and take the kid with me, would you help me raise him? I just know that you and I would be good parents and we could have fun raising him together. What do you say? I know raising a kid is scary for you, Shelley, and I'm scared too. It's a big deal for sure, but I know we could do it together. We're such a good team.
Sorry, but you're nuts if you think I'm going to raise that hussy's child. Absolutely not. And no, I will not take you back. Positively not.
What? Why? Please reconsider, babe.
So enjoy your child rearing and marriage. And hang in there. I know it was always something you wanted to do with me, but couldn't. I'll be taking it easy and enjoying my time here in my condo. Take care and good luck. I didn't hear from Barry again after that. Rumor has it that the grueling combination of work and child rearing took its toll on him, and he's not the young 40-something that he once was. Little by little, he also started making more and more basic mistakes on the job, until his coworkers finally started treating him with kid gloves and giving him fewer and fewer duties on the job. As for Tina, I hear that she still berates Barry constantly and hasn't got any less violent towards him. A friend told me Tina's a regular at a very popular singles bar in her neighborhood, and that's where she's been spotted numerous times, leaving with the owner of the place. Coincidentally enough, that owner and Tina's infant son share the same first name. I wonder if that's all they share. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please remember to click the like button. If you didn't, feel free to give us your opinion in the comments section below. Also, please follow our channel. Your opinions and comments keep us going. We have many more videos that we're sure you'll enjoy, so please check them all out. See you in the next video.
Sylvia, what gives? Why didn't you keep me in the loop? You should have let me know when the house was finished.
What? What do you mean?
I mean, you sold Mom and Dad's place and built a new house, right? The construction is done and you're supposed to be living with them now, right? Why didn't you let me know it was done? I'm part of this family too, so fill me in.
Hey, I thought we did let you know about the completion schedule. I remember texting you about it. Or are you talking about the housewarming party? That must be it, right? If it's about that, sorry for not letting you know. It was pretty disorganized and last minute.
Huh? Housewarming party? No, that's not what I'm talking about. Again, I'm family. I don't need an invitation to the housewarming party. I am the house. What I want to know right now is how big the spare room is going to be, because that's where I'll be staying for a while. I assume I'm getting the best room in the house, right? The one with the best sunlight exposure?
Yeah, about that.
Anyway, I'll stop by for a visit tomorrow. I expect a warm welcome. Let Mom and Dad know, okay? See you then!
Hang on a second, Molly. I have a question. I did hear something about you moving in here for a while. What's the plan? Why are you moving back here?
Yep, I'm moving back home for a bit. You heard right. It's a long story, but I'll tell it to you if you want to hear it.
Wow, really? That's a surprise. Okay, but what about Jack? Is he coming too? Are you not gonna live with your husband anymore?
Oh, that situation is over. That's the long story I told you about. Yeah, I'm divorcing him, so I'll be moving into Mom and Dad's place for a bit.
You guys are splitting up? No way.
Yeah, I'm finished with that deadbeat. I've had it up to here with his penny pinching. I mean, the guy won't pay for anything for me anymore. Nothing. I'm sick and tired of living like that, so I finally stood up to him.
Wow, really? What happened? He didn't strike me as that kind of guy. I always thought he was kind and generous.
But he is that kind of guy. A total tightwad. You have no idea. Trust me. He refuses to give me anything but the bare minimum allowance every month. It's virtually nothing. I've been over it with him again and again, and he just tells me to make do. Make do, he says. So I'm constantly trying to make ends meet with this tiny allowance and barely surviving. I'm totally done with this situation, and I just want to go home for a while and figure out what's next.
Wow, he's not giving you even enough to live on? That's rough, for sure. It's unbelievable, really. Sorry, I didn't realize you were having such a hard time lately.
Yeah, so I'm gonna sneak out while he's at work and make my escape. I'll leave the divorce papers on the table for him and get out of there. But if he contacts you, don't tell him anything about me going home, okay? Mum's the word.
Got it. Will do. Okay then, I'll let Mom and Dad know about all that too. We'll be a united front, all in the family.
Thanks, sis. I appreciate it. You're the best. And by the way, if you do talk to Jack, don't believe a word he says. He's a real charmer and knows exactly what to say to get what he wants, so be careful. I guarantee you he's going to try to make it look like I'm unreasonable and try to get me back here. So don't let him fool you, okay? Like I said, he's a charmer and not to be trusted.
Hey, Sylvia. It's been a long time, hasn't it? I hope you're well. Sorry to be texting you suddenly out of the blue like this, but do you know where Molly is? I'm trying to find her and she's disappeared.
Hi, Jack. I'm sorry, but I can't tell you that. I do know that she's safe, though.
What? Oh, I'm glad she's safe, but why can't you tell me?
She told me you guys have split up, and she says it wasn't an amicable split, so just want to make sure she stays safe, you know? She says she doesn't want you to know where she's at, so I have to look out for her as her sister. I can't really tell you anything, sorry.
Wow, really? Okay, I understand, but that's a bit upsetting. Can I at least ask you how much she said to you about us splitting up? I mean, what exactly did she say her reason is for leaving me? If you can tell me that, it'd really help me out.
Well, I only heard a little bit about that, but she did say that the monthly allowance you've been giving her isn't enough for her needs. She says you just won't listen to her no matter how much she tries to talk to you about it, and that you're not to be trusted.
Yeah, that figures. I expected she'd tell you that kind of a story, but there's more to it than that, Sylvia. Nobody's seeing my side of things in this. There are always two sides to every story, you know?
Oh, what do you mean?
Listen, what Molly's saying about me and money just isn't true. You really need to take what she's saying about all of this with a big grain of salt, because I'd never treat her poorly or withhold something from her if she needed it. I've always taken care of her and given her the money that she needs. What she's telling you isn't accurate at all. She's painting you a picture that suits her purposes. The sad truth is that she has a really bad habit of spending all my money. It's been going on for quite some time.
What? Really? That's hard to believe.
Yeah, but it's true. You know, when we first got married, I put her totally in charge of the household finances and just signed over my paychecks to her. I trusted her and told her to just take her monthly allowance out of it, use what we need for living expenses, and put the rest into the savings account. But then one day, I checked the account and found out that after 3 years of marriage, the savings account only had about $1,000 in it. In other words, Molly had somehow consistently managed to spend virtually my entire monthly salary.
Are you serious? Those are pretty heavy accusations you're making, Jack.
Yes, I know, but they're true. She claims that it all went to legitimate living expenses, but that's just not possible or believable. She's obviously been spending it on frivolous things like clothes, makeup, and salon appointments. At least that's what I suspect. So I decided that I would only give her money after she showed me receipts for what she bought or paid for. I told her I'd only pay for the legitimate things that we needed as a household, and the rest was on her. I worked hard, did overtime whenever I could get it, and we managed to put a good amount away into savings for a while after that. But Molly clearly didn't like the way things were going, and that's when she decided she wanted to split up.
Wow, I don't know what to think. That's really different from the story Molly told me, Jack.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I suspected she'd do. Tell you a story that makes me look like the bad guy. She told you that I'm a lousy husband who doesn't give her what she needs, just like I thought she would. And now she's gone and filed for divorce. She left the paperwork on the table and disappeared. So she's blamed me for what's gone wrong, and she's taken off with all the money in our savings account. Money that it took months to save up.
Okay, Jack, now I've heard your side of the story, and like I said, it's really different from what my sister told me. So I have to ask you, do you have proof of any of it?
Proof? Well, what kind of proof are you talking about?
I mean, if there's a record of her spending all your money, spending it on frivolous stuff, then I definitely accept your version of things. Do you have anything like that?
All you need to do is check the statements from our savings account. But she went and changed the password for all of the accounts before she took off. Just that fact should tell you something. I know that nothing I say or do is going to persuade anyone unless there's concrete evidence to back up my claim. I'm appealing to you as a friend, Sylvia.
I see. So at this moment, you can't show me any proof of what you've been telling me, is that right?
You're Molly's sister, and it's natural that you'd want some evidence before judging the situation. I get that. So when you have a chance, ask her to show you the savings and checking account statements. You'll see the transactions, withdrawals, and transfers, and you'll see that I'm telling you the truth. After you do that, please let me know, okay? I'm confident that you'll do the right thing. I promise you, the story she's told you is not the truth. I'll wait for your call.
Molly, where are you partying tonight? This is becoming a regular thing with you. It's 2 a.m., you know. You should be home, asleep.
Hey, I'm like a grown woman. What's the problem with me going out and having a good time? After all, I just got out of a boring marriage. Let me be. It's only right that I spread my wings and fly a little. Believe me, I served my time in that marriage. And anyway, I'm getting a good divorce settlement from Jack. Haha, so yay for me.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. You need to get a job and start giving Mom and Dad some money toward living expenses if you're going to stay here indefinitely. And get your stuff in order too, please. The living room's a complete mess, what with all your boxes and stuff.
Oh, lay off me already. You can call it a mess all you want, but that doesn't change the fact that there's nowhere to put it all. I can't believe the new house Mom and Dad had built is so small.
Yeah, well, they didn't know you were going to be living here when they had it built, you know. They were thinking about retirement, so they wanted a one-story house with spacious rooms, not a lot of rooms.
It's just lame. I have no bedroom and I have to sleep in the living room. Oh, that reminds me. I just had a really great idea. Why don't you move out?
Excuse me? What did you just say? You want me to move out?
Yeah, I mean, you've been sponging off of them for years now, sis. I think it's time for a changing of the guards.
Speak for yourself. I am not a sponger. I've been paying my way here and giving them money the whole time I've been here.
Yeah, but only a couple hundred a month, right? And you don't pay them actual rent either. And Mom does all the housework to boot. Yeah, you're sponging off them plenty.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Listen, I moved in here because I went through a nasty divorce and I need love and support. It's about time you graduated from sponger status and let your poor sister have a seat at the table.
You're completely off base, Molly. I know all you want to do is lay around and take it easy here in Mom and Dad's house, and the two of them feel really bad for you and they're letting you get away with doing nothing, so I'm the only one who wants you to get a life.
Oh, so you do get it. But look here, Mom and Dad are also saying that's what we should do.
What? I don't think so.
Yeah, they are. You gotta remember that unlike you, I went away to college, so I was gone as soon as I finished high school. Then I got married right after graduating from college, so they've been missing me for a long time, the two of them. Now that they have me back, and they just want to spoil me, so who am I to argue?
Yes. It's all coming back to me now. You're the beloved baby sister who's always been the apple of their eyes and can do no wrong. How could I forget? How silly of me.
Exactly. And on that note, it's time you moved on. You're well past the age where you should still be here anyway. I mean, aren't you embarrassed? And that's why you still don't have a boyfriend, you know.
So what? There's nothing wrong with being single.
Yeah, no. Being single and living at home your whole life isn't something to be proud of, sis. And you may not know it, but Mom and Dad have been worried about you. They're wondering if they're gonna have to look after you for the rest of their lives.
That's absurd. I put more than enough money towards expenses in this household. I pay for gas and other automotive expenses and help them pay for all kinds of stuff around here. And you're telling me that even though I do that, they still say I'm a burden?
I can handle whatever they need support with now. Don't worry about that. Their baby girl is back now and you can move on. Your work here is done. Why don't you get yourself a modest little place and leave the newly built housing for the one who deserves it? I guarantee that'll be a learning experience for you after living here and sponging for as long as you have.
So that's how it is. Fine. Then I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.
Then it's settled. Starting today, you're a guest in this house and I live here. You gotta be tough with these spongers, I tell ya. You really gotta just lay down the law with them.
Okay, have it your way. From now on, you're in charge of things around the house. I'll move my stuff out soon, and you can have that room, and I won't be coming over anymore once I'm gone.
Got it. Sounds good. I'll be out enjoying myself until the wee hours again tonight. See ya! Hey, Sylvia, what's all this about? What's this about my name being on the mortgage for this house?
What?
Dad says I'm supposed to pay it now that you're not here anymore. He says it's my responsibility now. He says since I got a big payout from the divorce, I should have no problem paying it. Why is he doing this? Why? They built this new house with money from selling the old house. There shouldn't be any loan to pay off.
What are you even talking about? Of course there's a loan to pay off, silly.
What? That can't be right.
Yeah, it's a 30-year mortgage, so good luck with that.
What? Why? I know for a fact that they sold the old place. Did they not use that money to build this one? Why did they need to take out a mortgage?
The old place didn't fetch as much of a price as they hoped it would. They're all hoping for more than that, but that's how the cookie crumbled. It's not the big city here, and land out here isn't as valuable as it is in the cities and suburbs. I mean, they made a little money on it, but nothing spectacular. So they ended up taking out the loan. That was always their plan B anyway. If you'd been around or paid the least bit of attention, you'd know all this, by the way, including the fact that I've been paying it for them.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Both the house and the loan are in Dad's name, but I'm the one who actually has been paying it. It's fair since I've never had to pay rent while living there, and it's my way of saying thank you for all that they've done for me.
So now that you're leaving, they expect me to start paying?
It sure looks that way, and it makes sense, doesn't it? The one daughter who's been paying the loan off in lieu of rent is leaving, but the other daughter who got a big divorce settlement is moving in, so everything's working out okay. I'm sure that's what they're thinking.
But that's totally unreasonable. There's no way I can afford to do that. I don't want to be involved with that in any way. No way. You need to keep paying on it just like you have been.
Oh, is that so? I should pay the mortgage, even though I'm just a guest?
What?
Yesterday, you told me that as of yesterday, I'm just a guest that's living here. Those were your exact words. Do you remember? I do. Do you not think it's a bit weird for a guest to be paying the mortgage? All I am is a house guest there now. You said it yourself. Why on earth would I pay the mortgage? That makes no sense at all.
Hey, that was just me trying to give you encouragement. I wanted to give you encouragement to get out on your own. I wasn't serious about wanting you to leave the family.
Oh, you weren't serious? I see. Well, I am serious.
Huh? Come on! Cut the sarcasm, sis.
There's no sarcasm here. I'm not paying another cent on that mortgage. You're the one who decided to kick me out, so you can have the responsibility for the mortgage, along with my bedroom.
You can't be serious.
You have all that settlement money, right? Just like Mom and Dad said, right? Then taking over the mortgage should be no problem.
No, that's not what that money is for. I didn't go through all that just to spend the money on Mom and Dad's mortgage.
Of course you didn't. That money's for partying all night and buying stuff for those young studs you've been hanging out with. Isn't that right? And that's why you did what you did to Jack too, isn't it? You took off with all his savings and changed the passwords to the accounts to boot. And then you squeezed even more money out of him in the divorce settlement. You're really devious, sis. I'll give you that. I mean, wow.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you really should be more security conscious with your phone. You can't just leave it lying around without a passcode. And when you do that, plus have all your website and app passwords set to autofill, it makes it really easy for someone to look at your bank accounts. I checked that account that you locked Jack out of, and there was a lot of money in it. I also saw pretty regular PayPal withdrawals coming out of it, a few thousand each time. Then I looked at your PayPal account, and what do you know? I saw several male names there in the payment history. With a little Googling, I was able to find out who those guys are, and you really like 'em young, huh?
What? You had no right. You actually went into my phone and my bank accounts? How dare you? It's a complete invasion of my privacy.
Whoa, settle down there, sis. You're the one who left your phone lying around unlocked, just like you left all your other personal stuff all over the living room. Don't expect privacy when you disregard both your personal belongings and other people's personal space. Give respect. Get respect. You know.
Don't even try to make me the bad guy in this. You know what you did.
But enough about your lack of common sense regarding your information security. Let's talk more about your obsession with really young guys. I just saw those PayPal payments going way back to before you and Jack got divorced. Long before that, in fact. Which can only mean one thing, of course, and that is that you were playing around with these boys while you and Jack were still married.
Now you wait just 1 second.
Anyway, I decided that it'd be a great idea to screenshot everything I found there in your extremely poorly protected phone and send it all to Jack for safekeeping.
You sent it all to Jack? What? Why would you do that? You're in touch with him?
Yep, I sure am. See, he told me about your out-of-control spending and how it was the cause of the divorce.
That's a lie. I told you not to believe a word he says. You can't believe anything he says. I told you that. He is a liar.
You're the one who's lying, Molly. And the transactions in your account that I saw and screenshotted are proof of that. You told a convenient lie to justify running away with Jack's savings and then moving back in with Mom and Dad, and now you're trying to push me out of there too? You're a real piece of work, and I've had about as much as I can take from you. You need to take responsibility for your lies and for how you've treated me.
Sylvia, I just want to say thanks for everything. Those screenshots have really turned things around for me. I've been talking to my lawyer about everything, and he says I should be able to get back all the money Molly took from me, along with the funds she got in the divorce settlement.
Wow, that's really a lot of money when you add it all up.
Yeah, well, the lies she told and the things she did to hide those lies were extremely sneaky and underhanded. My lawyer says he hasn't seen a case like this in quite some time, and he's pretty excited about seeing that justice is served.
She's in deep trouble, isn't she?
Once things settle down a bit, you have to let me repay you somehow, Sylvia. I thought all I could do was give up before, so I have nothing but gratitude to you for giving me those screenshots.
Oh, it's nothing. Please, don't worry yourself about it. All I can say is how sorry I am that Molly caused you so much grief and financial trouble. I almost feel bad saying it, but seeing her get her comeuppance is all the thanks I need. So I sincerely hope that you can squeeze her for all she's worth.
Will do. I have another meeting with my lawyer in a little while, so I gotta run. Talk to you soon.
Sylvia, what am I gonna do? They're telling me I have to pay Jack over $300,000. They got hold of those screenshots and they're telling me I have to pay him, even if it's just in installments and even if it takes the rest of my life.
Well, what can you do? You're the one who lied and cheated and stole, so you have to make amends and pay it back.
But I don't have that kind of money. It's not in the account anymore. I talked to Mom and Dad, and they just told me to take care of it myself. They also said I can't stay with them unless I pay the mortgage and living expenses like you did.
Wow, they sure changed their tune, didn't they?
This is awful. A disaster. First, they want to make me pay through the nose to live with them. Then when all the money I have is gone, they tell me to take a hike. Sylvia, please, can I please stay with you for a while? I have nowhere to go and no money. Can I please stay at your place just for a little while?
Oh, I'm so sorry, but I don't let guests sleep over at my home. I'm sure you understand. And a penniless, homeless person is just completely out of the question, I'm afraid. I suggest you look elsewhere.
Wait, sis, please. I'm not a guest or a homeless stranger. That's just cruel of you to say. I'm your flesh and blood, your sister, and I'm in need, so please don't be so cruel.
You made your bed, so lay in it, Molly. You were horrible, both to me and to Jack, two people who deserved far, far better treatment than you gave us. That's how you got where you are now. It's high time that you own that. Goodbye, and good luck, sis. For a while after that, my sister Molly stayed with various friends and even some relatives, but she eventually wore out her welcome with everyone. From what I hear, she's currently working herself into early old age at a factory and renting a room in a lousy part of town. She was homeless for a little while too, apparently. She's currently paying Jack back as per the court order. As for my parents, who kicked Molly out of their house, they asked me to move back in, but I just couldn't do it after the way they treated me. Without either Molly or me to pay their mortgage, they both had to dip into their own savings and Social Security. And that not being enough to make up for my contributions, it seems that they're both working part-time now, out of necessity. It's really amazing what people can do when they have no choice, isn't it? Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please remember to click the like button. If you didn't, feel free to give us your opinion in the comments section below. Also, please follow our channel. Your opinions and comments keep us going. We have many more videos that we're sure you'll enjoy, so please check them all out. See you in the next video. This is Maggie's Book of Bizarre Stories.